Why would you spend a full day studying storytelling? Well, I've spent like 20 years studying storytelling, so let me try to explain myself. When I got a degree in business, I understood that you put on different hats to see different things. For instance, you put on your accounting hat, you can look at the profit and loss, you can calculate the return on investment. It helps you make decisions. You put on your marketing hat, and all of a sudden you see the target market and the demographics, and you can identify niches. You can package a product so that it speaks to the market. But it wasn't until I learned how to tell and understand stories, to put on my storytelling hat, that I began to discover the power of empathy. Now, empathy is maybe considered to be a nice to have, but yet if you really have empathy, you can see through your customers' eyes. You can see through your staff's eyes. And once you can do that, you understand the stories they're telling themselves that create the behaviors, and you can learn how to change the stories they tell themselves, and you will change their behaviors. Patient satisfaction is a great example here and now. It is tied to remuneration. So a patient's satisfaction is a function of the story they tell themselves. Moreover, it's a function not necessarily of what happened when they were in the hospital, but a function of the story that nurses and doctors tell themselves that change how it happened. If nurses believe that pain doctors are seeing as many patients as possible just because all they care about is the money, they behave in a certain way. If nurses could change their story to consider that there are 11,000 patients, pain patients for each doctor, then all of a sudden they may begin to act like they're seeing as many people as they can because there are so many people who need them. When they change that story, it changes the way they interact with doctors, increases the flow of information, and certainly changes the explanations that they give these patients who are waiting. Patients are willing to wait as long as they have a good story to tell themselves about why. If you are waiting because there are so many people just like you who we are trying to see, it's different than we are waiting because doctors only care about money, not patients. This is just an example of how changing the story changes behaviors and changes the outcome. This is why I study storytelling.